What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic coming to you with DraftKings Reignmakers PGA Tour for Dummies. What is PGA Reignmakers, you might ask? Well, a long time ago, during an NFL season far, far away, that'd be 2022, DraftKings introduced Reignmakers, an exciting new product that combines the world of NFTs with the daily fantasy gameplay DraftKings users know and love. Based on the excitement level over the new game type, a similar Reignmakers product was introduced for the UFC. And now, fortunately for all of us diehard and casual golf fans alike, PGA Reignmakers joins the fray. So where do you even start? Well, that's why I'm making this video. I've got 5 easy steps to help you start playing DraftKings Reignmakers PGA Tour right now and set you up with the best chance at success as the season goes along. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Step 1. Claim free starter pack. The first step is as simple as it gets. Simply log in to the DraftKings lobby, go to the Reignmakers tab. Once you go there, it will say start your PGA Tour collection. Wow, there are a number of different options to be able to pull up which golfer you want to start with. Jon Rahm has been on a tear, Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, and Colin Morikawa. You start with an elite golfer no matter which pack you take. Now, what is a pack? Well, it consists of digital player cards that represent a specific golfer, and when put into a DraftKings Reignmakers lineup, that golfer will accrue fantasy points based on their performance. So choose the top tier golfer you want to guarantee is in your pack. I'm going to go with Scotty Scheffler for this one. That seems like fun. And receive that card plus 7 more cards to get this, check my math, 8 free cards to kick off your collection. So we're going to go to open, we're going to click open pack, and these cards can be utilized throughout the 2023 season with future utility to be determined in the future. Pretty cool stuff. Let's get to it, shall we? Boom. Oh, this is fun. Turn your volume up. It makes some beautiful sounds. We're ready to rock, and here you go. All of the cards presented before us. We know we're going to get a Scotty Scheffler no matter what, but Davis Riley, pretty interesting. Joel Dahman, Martin Laird, Nate Lashley, Ryan Moore, that'll be good for the John Deere, Eric Barnes, Ben Taylor. This is great stuff, actually. Pretty decent little starter pack, no doubt about it. Some nice serial numbers, too. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Although, for PGA, I think we're going to be able to be all right, unless you're going to be playing the highest serial numbers possible constantly. But this is your starter pack. Pretty cool stuff. And now, that leads me to number 2, understanding gameplay. So you have your starter pack. Now what? Let's start by understanding a few of the basics around your cards. Each Reignmakers digital player card has an assigned rarity tier: Core, Rare, Elite, Legendary, and the all-exclusive Reignmaker tier. To enter specific contests, you'll need different combinations of these cards. Let's head to the Reignmakers lobby here. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, the PGA Tour lobby is stacked with different contest options. We're going to scroll through a couple of them here, but 4 rares with 1 core. You have 3 elite cards that you would have to play with 2 rares, so on and so forth. There are bigger contests. There are contests where you can win other packs as opposed to winning cash prizes for them. They also have, for the qualifiers, for the Reignmakers, for the World Golf Championships, amazing different contest selection that they have for this specific week. The first week, the Players Championship at TPC Sawgrass. But I'm going to start with you at the all-free starter cards, because if you open that starter pack, you have access to this. You can only play your starter cards in this one, so no entry fee for you to jump in, and lots of cash prizes as well as core prize packs available to anybody who plays. So we're going to draft a team, and we're going to talk about how to put together a lineup. Each lineup consists of 5 golfers. One of them is going to be your designated captain. He's going to score 1.5 times the fantasy points of any other player in your lineup. So, by week's end, if Jon Rahm puts up 120 fantasy points in the regular game type, this will be 180 points, and if he puts up that many, he's most likely winning this golf tournament, and you're going to want him in this captain spot. No doubt about it. That's why he's your elite player that you're going to be adding to your lineups. Now, score the most fantasy points, win more money. So first is $1,000 in cash in this free contest. So jump in that right from the get-go. But how does one enter the other contests that exist in that lobby that I just talked about? Well, that's going to lead us to number 3. One of the coolest features of all Reignmakers products is the ability to purchase and open packs. DraftKings introduced 3 packs to begin with for their PGA product. An Eagle pack, which carries Elite, Legendary, and Reignmakers cards. A Birdie pack, which consists of Core, Rare, and Elite cards. And Booster packs, which just carries Core and Rare cards. If any of the packs sell out of their quantity, you can still try and snag one in the secondary marketplace where users can use their own unopened packs and sell them to other users. We'll get to that in one second, but let's focus on the booster packs, as these have just sold out here. The Birdie packs, the Eagle packs, still there are available, but then the booster packs, I've conveniently already purchased a couple, so we're going to go to my marketplace, my portfolio, and I have 5 packs that I've already purchased here, so I'm all set. We're going to be opening these, well, I guess live for me, but live together here to kind of see what I'm talking about. Disregard these. These are for the football streets. So we're going to be here in the Reignmaker spot, and just like before, we're here to open packs. They have the cool intro. We're going to click skip for now. Oh, we did get a rare card. That's a really good get from the get-go. Adam Hadwin, Colin Morikawa, Matt Wallace. This is a very, very usable pack. Very, very happy with that one. We're going to continue going down the line, but this is really kind of the fun part, is being able to not know what you're going to get. I got another rare card. I'm running very, very well. Lucas Herbert, Nate Lashley, Nick Hardy, decent enough. We continue on our merry way, but you're going to open these packs. It's really fun to see what you get. How am I still getting rare cards? This is not scripted. This is absurd. A Billy Horschel rare card. This is fantastic. And another Colin Morikawa. These serial numbers do matter for long term. If you play the same 5 golfers as somebody else, this number right here is added up with the other 5 cards in your portfolio, and the person who has the lowest number has the winner. They win the tie breaks in those kind of fashions. So that's 3 straight packs, 3 straight rare cards. This is unprecedented stuff. See, there you go. Core, that makes a lot more sense. We go Core, Sam Burns, that's my guy. I'm a little bit obsessed. Hello, Bermuda Grass. How are you this fine evening? And we go to open pack. Last one. Here we go. One more rare? No, couldn't do it. See, I told you. We were running too good. Oh, woof. This is definitely the worst pack of the grouping. Saved the worst for last, but got some really, really good cards. You simply go into your portfolio after the fact. Look at your most recent cards. I have cards in UFC and football as well, but we're going to group it by PGA Tour Reignmakers. That's right here. You have the selections for what it is. PGA Tour Reignmakers, and your latest cards are going to be showed there. Billy Horschel, what a good get from the get-go here. Somebody that on Bermuda Grass, right around 25, 30 bucks for the low there. That feels pretty undervalued. I'm pretty happy about this ensemble that I got, but we have a great opportunity to put together a decent lineup in the rare contest based on those 5 packs that I was able to purchase. Pretty good stuff. And the Colin Morikawa, this is running really good. Getting multiple cores, already valued around $31, $32 at the low point. Can't run a whole lot better than that. So I'm pretty happy about those 5 packs. Check them out for yourself. You're going to get some like the last pack that I opened. You're going to get some that'll look really, really good. But the point is that you can sometimes get a lineup that you otherwise wouldn't be able to afford, or that isn't even available because other users would keep them and play them. So that gets you access to those players. Good stuff. Pretty fun if you ask me. But next up, let's go to number 4. Let's utilize the marketplace. In addition to buying packs, you can acquire new cards through direct purchases from other users. Go to Shop underneath the Reignmakers tab. Go to PGA Tour, because that is what we are playing. And we are able to search for any player that we want at any different rarity tier, We can look at the set names, Genesis Starter Prize Booster. Those are going to be the only 4 sets that are available as of now. Again, the prize won't be available until after this tournament because you have to win it. That's what prize means. But rookie status, you could group it by country. I don't know the situations that would be, other than there are opportunities where they will have specific gated entries in the lobby. So you would maybe need 5 Americans or 5 Spaniards to be able to play in certain events. Kind of a fun twist that they put on the game there. But let's go through a hypothetical. Let's say I want to purchase Rory McIlroy. Makes a lot of sense. Rory McIlroy, somebody people know is pretty good at golf. I'll search by Rory McIlroy, and up pops all of his cards that are available for purchase. Now, as you can see, he's pretty darn expensive. Even compared to that Colin Morikawa that we looked at, I'm grouping it by price low, $62.50 on the low for a core card. His rare, $260 basically, sitting on the rare end. Would have been fun to pull one of those in a pack, that's for sure. But either way, pretty expensive to be jumping in, but considering the card is good for the entire year, I'd argue it's still a decent price point for one of the best players in the world. However, there are far more affordable options for everybody, and sometimes it's good to put a player like this into your lineups. I'm going to go to Davis Riley, somebody who is in the starter pack that we opened a little bit earlier, but let's say that I'm looking to fill out a lineup with somebody who's cheaper. He's somebody who plays well on Bermuda grass, for people who pay attention to the PGA DFS streets, something to be paying attention to. Davis Riley, I think he's a good option for this week at the Players if you're looking for somebody to fill in for a lineup under $10. $650, his card is going for 1/10 the price of Rory McIlroy's. And if you aren't sure which your best players are to roster in any lineup as you grow your collection, don't worry, we've got you covered here at Stochastic with free DraftKings Reignmakers PGA Tour projections. To use this tool, simply go to the PGA tab, DraftKings Reignmakers PGA Tour projections, right there for you. We're going to click on that, and this lovely screen appears. If you're looking for your best player to captain based on projection alone, simply group by top player probability. I'm going to click to all here. Jon Rahm, top of the board here for the Players. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, so on and so forth. Shouldn't surprise anybody. If I'm trying to round out the rest of my lineup, I like grouping on top 5 probabilities and taking my next best 4 players to put into a lineup so that I have the best possible lineup going into the week. Of course, you can find other ways of grouping together your lineups, whether it's by tee time stacking, whether it's a skill set that a course might require. Lots of game theory similar to the DFS product where you're going to combine players in your portfolio together based on those elements. So be paying careful attention to that in addition to this free projection that we have going for everybody. Check it out over at Stokastic. Hey, speaking of going forward, that's the last thing I really want to share with you on how to be successful at DraftKings Reignmakers. We talked about how to play. I want to tell you how to be possibly profitable at this game, and that is planning ahead. There are 209 total golfers available in the DraftKings Reignmakers game, and trying to manage who and when certain players will be playing can be a bit of a headache. But it can also be a massive edge if you're paying attention to news. With the nature of this year's PGA Tour schedule, they have elevated events, they have a condensed 70-player field starting off the FedEx Cup playoffs. Getting your hands on elite players like Rory McIlroy, like Scotty Scheffler, that will no doubt be an important facet of having the best possible lineups on given weeks. But there will also be events such as the Mexico Open, such as the John Deere Classic, and especially the Barracuda Championship, which will be played at the same time as the Open Championship. There will be players that are not really useful for you at a US Open venue that will be extremely useful because either they're not playing in the Barracuda or it's just a much, much weaker field and they have an actual opportunity to perform well in your lineup. So yes, the payouts might be smaller for them, but focusing on some of these smaller tournaments and getting players that you know are going to appear in those lineups will be very, very useful to you. So don't think that certain cards have no utility just because they're not useful on a week like the US Open or a week like the Masters. You want to be paying very close attention to the news as it breaks out. You have DK Nation, you have us at Stokastic, Lots of opportunities to be able to garner that news. And if you ever need to have a question about a certain player, hit me up on Twitter at Eric Lindquist. I'll be happy to help you, let you know what my plans are as each week unfolds throughout this entire PGA Tour DraftKings Reignmakers season. And that does it for my DraftKings Reignmakers PGA Tour for Dummies. I'm Eric Lindquist at Stochastic. I'll see you all in the DraftKings lobby and marketplace soon.